everyone. Today I'll be reviewing this new Netflix show. It's called On The Verge, and this show is created by Julia Dipley. And this show has like a huge cast, and some of this cast we have seen them here and there. When I was watching the show, I was like, oh, I know him and I know her from here and there. They all this actor, they're 40 something, because this show is about this show centered around these four middle-aged women, and it shows you like their daily life. One of them is chef, one of them is like a small business woman, and one of them is single mom, and one of them is like stay-home housewife type. Like I said, I thought this show was really good. I enjoyed this show a lot more than I thought I will. At first, I was like, "Oh, what was this show about?" So this, as I was saying, this show is basically about their everyday life, like how they deal with all of them has one son, only one, the one with the single mom. She has three kids with three different dads, which was very interesting. But some of the problem this woman faces in this show felt very realistic and honestly really feels real. That is something anybody would feel in their position, especially the way their husband act, and the one is broke, the way she acts in this movie, very realistic. Honestly, for that purpose, I'm like, ooh, Netflix finally bringing something realistic with the real problem, not some made up problem. When I see them, I don't like roll my eyes. That being said, because that, at that age, that is how people act, especially Julia Deeply, she is the center, like not center, all these four women, they are center of the show, but she's the writer and creator for this show. And like her character, she is actually French, her husband is French, and that husband is keep trying to tell her son that keep like reminding him like I keep speaking in French. That is how people do, when you are like raising your kids in like with another language. They try to remind you, keep saying it like their mother tongue, although the mom forgets. I actually didn't know she was actually French, so it was very interesting. Because at first I was thinking, oh, she's speaking French fluently. That's so nice. But then I realized she is. The single mom story, honestly, I really felt for her because she's like broke. All the jobs she gets fired. Very like relatable, her story here. Many people are like that, honestly, here in our society. So it's not made up, it's real. And the stay-home mom, I will get to her in a second. Because her story, although I really like this show a lot, because all the things this show talks about, they are real. So I'll just talk about this, the small business owner, that lady. She's like, because she's also having problem in the show, her husband decided to leave her family, and then end of this season, little bit spoiler here, like, I'll get to spoiler in a second. So this show takes place in pre-pandemic era, which is very interesting, honestly. When I was watching, especially the Justin character, she actually was having some symptoms like COVID. Like I was like, oh, she is getting COVID. It's so scary, it's so real. But when you watch it, I wish this show didn't address that. Then again, it is part of our life, so how can this show not address that? That being said, what I didn't like about this show is like all the things this show try to push it to us, like this single mom, the one lady, she kept repeating in the first episode that I am Persian, I am black, I am this. Basically, it's not the actress' fault. Basically, this show is trying to tell all the colored people that look at her, you can relate to her, because she's like, she has some of her background from every ethnicity. And I'm like, I don't know, it's how bad I felt when I was watching it, because the Netflix is basically telling us feel related to her because of her color of the skin. How bad is that? Then on the other hand, why you have to tell us? We can see her and we can see how we can relate to her. Why you have to tell us? Like on the nose, that's not good, I guess I'm trying to say. It did bother me because this actress, she was just going on and on about, and as a color person, I'm like, really, is she talking to us? Then also at some point this show does also talk about YouTube, because like most of reviewer are from YouTube. I guess Netflix, they're trying to put all this thing in, and they try to plant all the seeds in every of their show. But this show was really on the nose. I was like, oh, really? That thing's it was really funny. Same time, this show is such a well-made show. Acting is really good. All the character, you feel connected with them here and there. Although they're middle-aged, still somehow they're very interesting. I think this show will be a huge hit on Netflix, mainly because how relatability, like anybody can relate to this show. Although this show says about midlife crisis, it's not actually shows you they have any of them has a midlife crisis, mainly because this woman, they're just trying to raise their kids, and sometimes these kids, they ask all the question. Again, Netflix is on their nose with this stuff. Like especially Justin's son, he just asked him, Mom, are we rich? And like also talks about all the other thing. I don't want to say those things, but they should try to tell you on the nose, like it's too much. I was like then again, if this show, like, because I imagine many people will be checking this out, because I imagine this show will be a huge hit. I think so many people actually, they don't know about society around them. So for them, it's like education, I guess. That is what Netflix is thinking. Then again, who knows? I really enjoyed this show a lot. What else? The spoiler I was going to talk about is that, I forget her name. The one, the husband was leaving the family. Yeah, I felt bad for her. Then again, she was okay end of the show. And how the show ended with the this woman, they enter into COVID era. That's interesting, honestly. This show, I can't wait to see what happened in season 2. Very interesting. I think it will get green light for season 2. And I'm really looking forward to that, because that will take place in COVID era. How their life will change so much. That is what I want to see, especially when you are trapped with your ex. That I think they will focus on season 2, I think, or I might be wrong. Anyway, who knows? And I really enjoyed these shows a lot. I recommend you check it out, because it's really worth checking out. Especially, is that means everyone will like this show? No, some people will be bored out of their mind watching this show, but same time, many women will they will like the show. Very relatable this show has writing. So I thought that was interesting. Anyway, that was my thought on this show. Thanks so much for checking out my review and thought. If you enjoyed my video, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave your comment, and please take care.